shaking your head. Of course I can. Tell her. Tell him.
Of course I can, but not like Mommy Chita.
Okay.
She got a lot of achievements.
No, yeah, I'm older.
Without the pollution.
Because some people who are not rich, they are being bullied. They are being abused by people who think that they can do it because nobody can get back at them. So I used to be I don't even say a hero of those bullied children, but I used to be asked by my teachers to stand in front with my hands stretched both sides with books on it, and I hated the teacher. But actually, in the long run, I realized that that's a good discipline. You can't just abuse people, you know. But yes, that's one of my aspirations. But aspirations go a long way. It keeps changing every day. People changes, and mine had changes so much. And like now, it's just like everybody's a friend, except the ones who don't like me. But I still like them because I say, if you don't like me, it's not my problem, it's yours.
I feel like she was my mom because I love her.
The virtue of a woman. One thing we learned, never plan to plan, and the journey never ends step by step. We never knew where we were going to go exactly at one and every step of the way of this film. It's our first feature film with Jay Shaw, and it's from me and Shaw's heart. It's ironic how we never planned really to be or have Shaw involved, but as we realized, having her with Mommy Chita created a really nice atmosphere to open up and see the real woman of virtue. I enjoyed it, and I put everything that I have into it. and I hope you enjoy it. We sure did. It's the real portrayal of a woman of virtue that never gives up and has truly inspired me. And as many subscribers have contacted us already and said how she has changed their lives. That is an amazing feat in itself. So enjoy the feature, and I will try to keep myself as much out of it as I can. This is definitely a project for the women. Women are amazing. And I hope Cheetah's story touches your soul during this difficult times.
Yeah, very organized. It means to me that she is really organized person, even in a small things.
Mami Cheetah, if you could choose a time to go back in time as a time traveler, what particular time would it be? And if you could change what is happening in that time, what would you change?
If I could choose a time to go back as a time traveler, I will choose the time in the 50s. That was the era I was born. My family in those days were not affluent, but we were so happy. I can still envisage those times where love was the order of the day. I remember those times when my father had to bribe me and gave me a piggyback to take me to school. I liked playing truant at the time, and my parents were wonderful. The family might be poor in material things, but we were so well wrapped up with love. The joys, the laughter, the camaraderie between us siblings, I can still feel them, and it keeps me warm when I am alone in my bedroom at night time. Like I used to remember, I was the one who used to protect my brother. When somebody would thump him, I do the thumping back. So I don't know, it's just like I do not want to see abuses, whether it's emotional, physical, or whatever kind of abuses. So bullying is not a system that I will encourage. So in school, I tell the people when I am asked to talk about things, first thing I say is apologize for whatever you hear from me, because whatever I see, I actually spout it out, you know. So if I say that I do not tell people you look nice when they don't look nice, you know, because that's how this society is. They will make you feel good.
Meeting of President of the Philippines, Gloria Macapagal Arroyo, during her visit in Aklan.
There was an event, I think they call it groundbreaking somewhere in this town, and I was one of the people invited to meet with her. And like I said, people in this country, not just this town, don't have a sense of time. So I am very impatient. And then she arrived, I think 1 hour later, and I was just about to walk away from the line who was welcoming her, and for some reason she came towards me straight away. And if you've noticed in the picture, my face is actually turned away from her, but she kind of held my hand, and I grabbed it, and it's like the photographer was very quick with that. But then the comment I had that you ignore the president. I said, no, actually I wasn't thinking that she's gonna go for me. So yeah, that was really funny. But she's a lovely lady. No, I mean, I have met her many times, not close up, but that's the closest one. And then the next one was when she came back to this town and she's coming out of the helicopter, and I was the only one that was allowed to go closer to take her picture. So yeah, it was funny, but if you're asking, was I intimidated? No. The only person who can intimidate me is me. That's why somebody asked me, who are you afraid of? I'm afraid of myself. When there are hostages, he's the one being called. And then on that day, he said to me, come on, kid, I'll treat you for your birthday. And then as soon as we got into his car, there's a kind of bullet wishing, you know. And then the guy put his hand on my head and said, duck, kid, duck. So he pushed my head down on the floor of the car. And then I thought, wow, my birthday. And then we arrived in this place and he ordered me a glass of milk. And I thought you're going to make me drink alcohol now. I said, no, not this time. So anyway, I said to him when he brought me back to the office, I don't think I would like to go out with you again. Because my life is in danger when I'm with you. But anyway, he's a good friend. He also came from this town, see? And, but he's what, 15 years old.
Again, writing is an art, and writing was my first love. In my younger days, I always joined competitions on essay writings, wrote short stories and submit to various radio stations and get paid when my entry gets chosen. At an early age, I was already gifted with writing abilities, but due to the poor circumstances of my family, it was not easy to pursue my dream as much as I want to. But through hard work, perseverance, determination, and dedication, I managed to achieve my dream. My desire to serve the people and correct those things that are wrong with our society has sent me to the path of journalism. Being an investigative journalist, my first job is to report on local events that are of interest. I endeavor to identify what is going on behind the scene and to understand the mechanics of a situation. I express my personal views about
Just leave that until tomorrow. And one of the guys said, Auntie Chita, do not destroy what we have learned from Uncle John. Oh, what do you mean? I said, we have to tidy up everything, no matter what. We have to sweep the floor, we have to do this and put everything away. Which really impressed me. It's like, I remember what you said earlier about dreams don't die, but the dreamers do. It's the same with what I'm saying, like if you're looking at time, you are wasting your time. Okay? So just keep going. And like I said, less talk and more work. And the teachers are struggling to achieve something, and yet every time I come to see them, it's like they're all in tears, like we can't do it. And I keep saying, keep on dreaming, you know. It's like you're dreaming with your eyes open and you can see what is the outcome. When you dream while you're asleep, of course, when you wake up, you lost that dream. But here, keep on going forwards, keep on wishing and doing something, not just wishing. You know, when you wanted to achieve something, you really have to work for it. It's what you call it motto: less talk and more work. So that's the way people see me in this town. Like you said earlier, there are so many good things about this town, and I'm very proud that I am from this place. But at the same time, there are so many bad things as well. But I do not know what it is because I've been away from this town for so long. Maybe that also kind of influenced my way of looking at things. Because I'm just a very laid-back person. But when I have been pushed too far, then I'm like a monster. So A lot of people in this town actually know me. Whenever they some people say, "There she is. Don't throw that cigarette butt there, or don't smoke because it's gonna penalize you," which I will do. But actually, I don't. I had been doing so much work in this town, and one issue is of course the environment. But the issue that I had a good luck is the smoking, and. A lot of guys kind of when they say, "There's ISIS coming, please hide that cigarette." And me being naughty, I stop in front of these guys that are holding their cigarettes in their hands, and I kind of say, "Well, how long can you hold that before it burns your palm? You can switch it off now, or do you want me to still penalize you?"
Mami Chida, what is your secret?
I was so, how shall I put it? I open my mouth so wide sometimes and put people in their places. And he was informed by some of his English friends that he should warn me to be very careful. And the point is, only cowards threaten people. You know, like bullies? You only bully me because you know you're afraid of me. But then you don't know when you bully me, I can hit back. Actually, that question you asked me had been asked by many people. I do not know what they made them think that I am successful. Maybe it's because wherever I go, people recognize me. Aside from being a doctor, she is a staunch environmentalist. But she loves people as well. She loves her patients. And like I said earlier, she became involved with politics because of me. Because at the time, I see how much she's doing for the environment. And I kind of encouraged her run for the position. And she still won. So that's why just before my husband died, I stayed behind to help her with her campaign. And of course, she won. And that's the start of it. But she was saying to me, "Oh, if only you didn't encourage me." I said, "Well, there's no regret that comes in the beginning. You always regret at the end of the day." So I said, "Just do your job." And she has so much. She is a Paishan, by the way. And Paishan people are very artistic, not just in writing, in art. She's very artistic in many ways, okay? So she had a lot of plans. She can see things that I can't see, you know, or I say normal people can see. Yeah. Cynthia is fun as well. But if you don't know her, you might think she's a bit snobbish, you know. But that's my first impression on her before I knew her. Of course, as you learn to mingle with people, your perception about people changes. And mine had changed so much. And like now, it's just like everybody's a friend.
Isn't that true?
That's true.
I mean,
then I become involved with the Philippine Coast Guard, and that's how we make the two organization. At aside from that, I also have another organization which is called the Samahan ng Kababaihan Bayan ng Kalibo, which is the women's group of Kalibo. Samahan ng Kababaihan sa Bayan ng Kalibo. In short, SKBK. And we put this group together. And we do a lot of things. So at the moment we are stuck because of this COVID business. But we are actually rearing to go to do some more work. way back. Even if I am living in London, I come home every year. And but actually the main thing is when I realize that when the children are older, to be left behind, then I spend longer months here and then help with the people. Whatever I can do for people.
COVID-19 is not real. What is it? Is it a dream? Is it our imagination? From my own perspective, nobody or no country has the right approach right now to deal with this crisis, but everyone is doing their best to make things pleasant for their own people. It is not only Kalibo that is doing its best to combat this issue. The whole province of Aklan, headed by the persistent and hardworking Governor Joven Miraflores, and officials of all its 17 towns and the respective barangays are doing their very best to conform with the rules our officials are asking us to do, so our people can be safe from COVID.
Mami Chida, I have a lot of questions for you. Question number 1. With all that's happening in the world now, how does it affect your involvement in so many of your projects? What is your stand regarding this issue, since you are not a politician or employed by the
I
government?
am working with the provincial capital as technical advisor on environmental protection, rehabilitation, and management. This current pandemic has affected all my environmental projects, but I do not allow it to cripple my work completely. In fact, having more time to sit back and look at what's needed to be done to help our people, I managed to spend more time in monitoring the hygiene facilities. Example, the wash basins, ColEarth and LGU Kalibo had installed in strategic places to help people coming into town to observe hygiene practices. I managed to assist private organizations to deliver basic needs to the people who needed them. It is on a time like this pandemic that people from the outside world can observe how Filipinos care, help one another, even strangers in time of difficulties. Most members of my clan are in politics. I can never be one. In fact, I am one of the worst critics that these politician relatives can have, because I will not give them any leeway if I find that they are on the wrong space. But I am also their staunch supporter when they are on the right track. I believe that when you put yourself in the office of serving your people, you must serve them with integrity.
Mami Chida, what if a young person seeks your advice because he or she wants to run as a representative of his place or his country? What advice will you give him?
Advice, let's talk about young people these days first. Let us not belittle the minds and ability of the young ones these days. Some of them might be young in age, but they are better equipped than the old ones around them. The first question I will ask is, what can you do for this country? Do you have the qualities of a true, sincere politician? Do you have the courage to fight all the battles that the previous politicians failed to achieve? even if they promised to resolve and did not succeed. In fact, some of them made the situations worse. With these questions I am throwing at them, I think they can surmise what my advice would be.
That you enjoyed what you just saw. I did this film to inspire and encourage the young people of this country to know that we do not need to be born from a rich family to achieve our dreams. Integrity, sincerity, determination, dedication, and hard work are the best tools to realize our dreams, and the best secret that one can have to become successful is being alive. So enjoy life whilst you can. It never ends. It never ends. It never ends. Love you!
Are you sure?
Sure.
Okay.
Turn. There you go. Perfect. Look at the camera. Give us a peace sign, a heart sign. Yeah. Good stuff. Action again.
I forgot.
Say it now while you're laughing.
Say it back.
Yeah. Yeah. Look at me when I put a shirt on. Go.
Where do you start to like where I am? In my own perspective.
Go good. Yeah, like a heart. Good.
Deep in the shadows, I know it's hard to put one foot in front of the other. So far as the echo, where do we start? You can learn to discover a million stars. Here in the shadows, I know you're scared. Take my hand, together we'll make a stand. We've got to fight to find a way. Dare to fall to find out what to say. No more hate. Just admit that you're just afraid. Time to let go of all your fears and pride. Stand up beside me, don't you hide. We can build a better place. If we can just find a way, then we can live a better day. Rise from the ashes, from the anger, from the war. Let's come together, lift your spirit for the cause.